Hello everybody, today I figured I'd go and do a whole closing to this whole game jam. And so I started off doing a devlog kind of thing where I went over what I did so far right on the games jam. And I figured I'd just do like a second final one just to finish it all off, you know? Because since it's like a week long, right? I didn't have a chance to make too many devlogs, and so I figured it'd be a nice opportunity just to close this whole thing off, explain what I've done since that devlog, and then finish it off there. And so I guess I'll start with the game. And so luckily I managed to upload it to the Winter Games Jam about like 2 hours before the actual deadline, right? And so the deadline was like 6 a.m. or something like that, and I was very late, trying to get the game uploaded and all that, just because the upload was taking a while and I was having problems packaging it, into Windows so it could just play on its own. And so thankfully at the end of all that it finally worked, and I guess from there I'll just show you what I did from the last one. And so from the last devlog I did, I think I just had a level 1 and most of the mechanics sorted, and then from after then I kind of grinded a bit and went and made like a main menu, made a credits thing, made an introduction, kind of like a mini story, right? And then I fixed a couple of bugs. I went and fix some other things that I'll probably forget to mention, right? And so yeah, I'll start with the main menu. Okay, then we'll start through this. I pressed play before, but the audio went through the TV, so it like blasted the mic. So that's what that cut was about. But yeah, so this is the game. I figured I'd put my channel name as a like a Game by Stay Retro kind of thing. Thought it'd be pretty cool. I've had an awesome font for that too. And so yeah, we have this very cool main menu, if I say so myself. And all this is we've got like I know the frame rate is probably going to be a bit choppy, but all we've got here is text at the top, and then sky sphere that I got from the asset pack store as the moon in the background. I just like made it really close to it, and then if you go follow the arrows, it'll either exit and then exit out of the game, or you can go on to begin and then it'll go on to the whole introduction thing, right? And so for the introduction, it's the same as this. Since I was running out of time, right, I just wanted to keep it simple. And so this is basically just like setting up the premise for the story, right? And so I made this, all of this in a day, right? And so short version of this is that there's a load of snowman after snowman after snowman after Santa's secret stash, and you must escape to the skies. And so when you go and begin, it'll drop you off in the level that we went on the first devlog. And so this is the level. I'm very happy with how the level turned out. I think that the vehicle movement's a little bit jank, but it's fine. I couldn't really do much about it, I experimented with some other vehicle asset packs that I found, this one being the Unreal Engine default template one, and they were all equally as bad. I think the asset pack one I got was kind of worse, and for some reason like cars are really hard to get to work in engine. And so yeah, can't remember if I had those signs there before, but that's just like a speed limit sign saying that you have to be at this speed to make the curve, just to make it easier. Had the checkpoints before, I think I already went over them, just to save your place, right? So it's not too frustrating, And so just been working on changing. I think one other thing I changed actually was the resolution of the pixelatedness of it all. And so I scaled that up quite a bit just to make it more clear, because I had like snowman models. I'll show you here if I don't bash into them. Oh, okay, I bashed into them. But I have like snowman models here, and they didn't show up too well. They're like very, very pixelated, and that was fine, but I like spent a long time on the snowman. I spent like a full day on the snowman, and so I kind of wanted to, you know, have it where it was more seeable, I guess, you know. And so yeah, I think for this level there wasn't too much more I did, and so after this level, once you go off into the skies, you get taken to the next level, and to save time I'll just show you that level now. Hence why I opened up the editor rather than the actual exported game, right? And so for the second level, I decided to just do like a long runway, right? Just like a one runway. And so with this, when you go down, you basically get like kind of a speed at the start, right? And then from there you can just kind of like dodge the snowman. And this was actually on like the last day I made this. I made this on like the last day of the jam. And so, oh, by the way, I did end up posting it on both my jam and the Winter Games jam. Both will be linked below, right? But yeah, I made this one very, very quickly. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. I did a lot of messing with the placement of the snowman just to make it so it wasn't too frustrating in any place. Made a big old snowman there, which is basically just like a scaled version of the snowman. And I made some feet for him, which are basically just the arms, but I just went into 3ds Max and detached the arms and then retextured it all, you know, as just or baked it all out into a texture just from that, right? Just so it had its own texture, or else it wouldn't have worked, right? It would have tried like texturing the entire snowman texture on the leg, which wouldn't have worked. So that was all done. And so since I was running out of time, and at this point it was like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock or something, and the jam ended at 4 a.m. 4 p.m. right, this was that. And so what I did is I just decided to stick with the same kind of aesthetic and same kind of thing as the main menu, right? And then I just did like a bit of an ending where Santa escaped the snowmen, and then upon going on to the next one, it just says, hey, thanks for playing, here's my channel, here's a tributation to the person who made the music, and which I'll be putting a link in the description, by the way. So, because that was very cool music. I know it won't show up on this video, but in the game it'll show up, and it's very cool music for the background of the game. And yeah, I think that'll pretty much do it. And so I had this whole thing here, and I just, you know, I decided to go for very simple credits, you know, since it's just a games jam, and I think it would have taken too long to make credits, like the black screen kind of credits with the Rollins credits. And so I figured, hey, I'd just, you know, make it simple. And so yeah, one other thing I should mention that I think is quite interesting to talk about before I go is, let's go to the main menu, eh? So on the main menu, I could have done like UI. I could have done like just a picture of the moon or something and had like a load of UI over it, right? Made a widget and just done like, you know, like on-screen buttons that you could press for like new game, load game, like that kind of thing. But I kind of wanted to do it differently, and I was watching a video by a guy called Nakey Jakey, and he does like talks on certain topics, and one of the topics he was talking about related to games, right, is to do with title screens and what makes a good title screen to a bad one and all that. And he said, and again, it's probably like a massive misquote, but he said something like that, and of course I'll link this, right? But he said that, you know, what's really interesting about like the, you know, title screens is that some of them can be interactable, where you can actually, you know, do something with the title screen that makes it more interesting. And the ones that are kind of boring are, you know, the UI ones, and it's not that they break the game necessarily or make it a bad game, but it's really cool for just like boosting it up, right? And so that was basically his thoughts on it. And I agree, I think it's very cool when you have a main menu where you can actually interact with it in some kind of way. And so I decided to do that with you being the Santa and, you know, on the sleigh, and you could just like actually move to the next point, you know. And I thought that'd be very, very cool. And I thought it was a lot better than the Stay Lucid game that I made menu, because I think the moving part saved it, but I think that having interactable, or at least aesthetically pleasing main menus are very cool. You know, they're a very cool thing to do, and some of them don't take long. This took me an hour, you know, and so it's very cool. And I'll show you what I did for this. So I basically got like a font text renderer, like just text here, and then I lined up a scene camera, just pilot that for a sec, so that it was framed very specifically so that it would, you know, look as if Santa was riding past the moon. And so yeah, I thought that'd be pretty cool. You know, once in a while you gotta pay attention to this, but once in a while you get like an idea that's a really cool idea, and it'll only take like a long amount of time to implement it. And when you do it, like, boost that game up just a little bit more. And I felt like this is one of those, and I really like how that turned out and how it looked, especially with the moving clouds. I just really love this kind of idea that I came up with for the main menu. And so yeah, don't think there's much else that I want to talk about for this. I think I pretty much covered everything. Didn't do too much from the first devlog, apart from everything that I've shown you, which is quite a bit. But I figured it'd be good to just bring everyone up to speed, show what I've been doing, show why I haven't been able to stay up with the channels, basically just because of this and because it's Christmas, right? And I'll probably be doing more videos soon, and so I've got quite a few video ideas. I'm thinking of returning to Quantum Origination. Would be pretty cool, because I never really finished that one. It'd be very cool to return on to that one. And so yeah, I think this will bring a close to the whole Games Jam thing. Probably going to do another Games Jam, mind you, in very soon. Maybe Easter time I'll do like another Games Jam, you know, one for very like Eastery themed. I think that'd be very cool, you know, similar to this, where it's like themed around eggs and the Easter Bunny and that kind of thing, and make a story out of that. I think that'd be very, very cool. And so yeah, just to let you guys know, I'll be doing more videos soon. It's just been with the whole thing, like I said, going on. It's been a bit hectic with managing to get a video out there, right? And so yeah, rest assured, soon enough I'll be back to my normal schedule, doing a video every few days and stuff like that, and everything will be as it was. And so yeah, I think the only other times where I'll be stepping away from YouTube for a bit will be when I'm doing like a Games Jam, just because I need to like dedicate time towards it. So this game, I'd reckon, for the whole week that I spent on it, so that's like a week-long Games Jam, right? It probably took about 70 hours in the week to do that I dedicated to it. So, you know, and that's not hyperbole, right? That's like probably how long it took to make this game in a week, and I loved it. I thought it was great, you know, and I thought it was a really good challenge, and I think that it was a really cool thing to do. And so yeah, I'm going to be having this game in the description if you're interested in playing it. It is for free. Some parts are a little bit janky. There's some problems that I'm looking to patch out with it soon, that I'll be working on soon. And so yeah, again, all of it's in the description if you want to play this game. I'll also be putting the link to the Games Jam in the description, you know, because some other people have put some other cool games on there, you know. And so yeah, with that I'll leave off there, and so thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe as usual, and I'll see you in the next one.